Have you ever had someone disappoint you? Maybe they said something that hurt you. Maybe they made a decision you didn't understand, or maybe they simply didn't do what you thought they would do. And suddenly you found yourself questioning everything. Well, last Sunday we looked at three powerful words from 1 Corinthians 13:7. Love always trusts. But we discovered that Paul isn't telling us to be gullible. Love doesn't mean we ignore warning signs. It doesn't mean we continually put ourselves in harmful situations. And it certainly doesn't mean that trust never has to be rebuilt. Instead, love chooses not to automatically assume the worst about another person. Think about how easy it is to do that. Someone doesn't return our call, and we decide they're ignoring us. Someone walks past us without speaking, and we assume they're upset with us. Someone makes a mistake, and suddenly we begin questioning their motives. Before we know it, we have created an entire story in our minds, and sometimes that story isn't even true. That's why one of the things we talked about on Sunday was this: love gives people the benefit of the doubt. It leaves room for another explanation. It asks a question before making an accusation. It seeks understanding before passing judgment. And perhaps most importantly, love believes that God is still at work in people even when they're not where we think they ought to be. That's difficult because people will disappoint us. People we love will make mistakes, and sometimes trust will even be broken. So what do we do then? Well, that leads us directly to where we're going this Sunday. Paul continues, love always hopes. I love those words because there are times when you may not be able to trust someone the way you once did, but you can still hope for them. You can hope that God isn't finished. You can hope that tomorrow can be different from today. You can hope that the person who has wandered away can still find their way home. This Sunday, I'm going to tell you about a father whose son walked away from home. Years passed, but every single night before that father went to bed, he did one simple thing. He turned on the porch light. Someone finally asked him why. His answer was unforgettable. He wanted his son to know that if he ever decided to come home, he wouldn't have to walk up to a dark house. You'll have to join us Sunday to hear the rest of that story. But until then, maybe there's someone in your life for whom you need to leave the porch light on. Keep praying. Keep believing that God can work. And above all, keep hoping. Because love always trusts, and love always hopes. I hope you'll join us this Sunday as we continue discovering the most excellent way.